Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I am Aaron.
I'm Andy.
I guess I'm Phil.
I'm Cole.
Uncle. We slum it hard, so you don't have to.
Uncle.
On guard.
That's not a good place.
Uncle.
So we're hanging out on the back patio of a cabin house right on the Puget Sound, looking across the beautiful Seattle, Washington to the east. See the skyline lit up like the 4th of July.
We're in Bainbridge Island.
Bainbridge Island.
Full moon.
It's beautiful. Mars is now gone or covered by clouds or was a plane.
One of many possibilities. Satellite, maybe.
Also see a similar colored light on the water. We're not sure where that's originating from.
It
Might be a
reminds me of the
firefly.
Dawes song called Moon in the Water.
Okay.
Dawes.
Nas.
DOS. It was on the original DOS.
A Nas song?
Oh, like on MS-DOS?
Nas?
Yeah, Jay-Z
No,
versus DOS.
DOS Effects. Do you remember that band?
No. DOS Racist? You guys
DOS
know DOS
Effects.
Racist?
It's a Mormon band?
I
No, it
remember
was a
DOS
hip-hop band
toothbrush.
in the 90s.
They call me Dwight Schrute the way that I eat beets. That's a line from DOS Racist. They're a good hip-hop band. They got a song called All Tan Everything. Based on Jay-Z's All Black Everything because they're like Middle Eastern guys, two Indian guys, and like...
I don't think so, Aaron.
dude, they're so good. From New York. They're like hipsters, but they're good.
Well, from New York or like they live in New York?
I think they grew up near Bombay,
Yeah. Mumbai.
That's not New York.
It's Mumbai, Aaron.
Mumbai.
I want to eat another Oreo, but it gives
Did
me
you know
like
that
cotton
Bombay
mouth.
was an anglicization of Mumbai?
That's why I corrected you, Aaron.
I know. I appreciate that.
And you better not edit me out saying
Air it them out.
I will not air you out. So we're here. We're hanging out in Seattle. We got the Gear Slum. We got Andy from Sinusoid. Say hi, Andy.
We have our legal counsel.
That was
as well
Andy,
on
that
our
cop.
Hi.
be observing and interjecting when necessary for legal reasons.
But
I
Clint,
can neither confirm nor
We
deny.
have
Clint is
Duke
my blues
JD,
lawyer, though.
Esquire JD. How do you write it if you're writing out like your CV?
He just says
Clint.
P-I-M-P.
Clint, all caps.
The kerning, he has the kerning really tight on the letters.
Sans serif, real low kerning, all caps, block letters.
He's been whispering in my ear this whole time to tell me if I'm allowed to say things or not.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, Clint is
But
very
he's
new to
representing
podcasting.
me, though,
This is his first
in
podcast.
suing you guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah.
You're suing
Is
us?
this how
Yeah.
we're supposed to find
No, I think
Yeah,
we.
sorry.
I
when
think.
three of you are drunk?
Yeah.
I think
Sorry.
we were gonna trademark.
by the way, here's
we're
the-
gonna trademark
By the way,
thanks
Clint,
for friendship
Cole,
and then
Andy are
license
drunk.
it to
Phil
these
and I
guys.
are.
Hey, but
stone
I own the
cold sober.
website, though. Thanks
Yeah.
for friendship.com.
That's a UDRP issue,
Yeah.
not a trademark issue.
Well, whatever you say, boss.
Okay.
You know, just sue these guys, however much you can get out of them.
Another F.
Clint, I didn't know you were Andy's boss.
Give me a Coke, please.
That's funny because you work
No,
for us, which
I'm,
means
I'm not his boss.
Well, you just called
He's
you
my boss because
It's
I'm
a-
he's my client.
It's a term of endearment.
This is
It's
a
term of
complicated
respect.
relationship we got
Yeah,
going on.
'cause-
It's like
And you'd
It's
think-
like Tony and
you'd think
Angela.
You'd think it'd be a conflict of interest, but just don't think about that.
Yeah.
And yet somehow we're reaping all the benefits.
It might be a conflict of interest if it wasn't so uninteresting.
Hey-oh.
I wish everyone.
I hate you, Aaron.
Could
Should've
have
seen his
Aaron's
grin.
face when he made that joke. He was
So proud.
Yeah.
So proud.
And we were very happy with it.
So proud.
Like a child on Christmas morning. That was amazing.
I was pretty proud of that.
Hey, guys, can I just say I hate you, Aaron? You can kiss my big fat behind.
This episode of the Gear Slum is brought to you by Sinusoid Pro
We're
Audio
proud to
Couture.
sponsor us. Happy to sponsor
They
us.
could
Happy
not be
to.
prouder. They got Chubbs for sponsoring
What?
this episode.
Oh, okay.
It's a lie.
Oh, word?
So
It's a lie.
is this is this a continuation of the?
No, this is a brand new day, my friend.
I just want to. Okay.
Just options.
So we're up here in beautiful Seattle, Washington area.
We're actually in Bainbridge Island right now.
Come
I
on.
said area.
Oh, okay.
Seattle, Washington area.
Environs.
You're on my bad
Just
side.
to
I can't hear
hang
you very
out
well.
and
Yeah,
see
honestly,
old
you guys
friends,
might wanna switch spots.
old friends, new lovers.
I'm like partially deaf on this
I
side,
know.
so it's like kind of tough.
Did I ever tell you guys about that time?
Wait, he said lovers.
So I was
Okay.
not.
Just
This
wanna
might
make
strike
sure.
you as odd, but I was not the most popular in high school.
Oh, word.
Really, Aaron?
if
Oh,
I say
word?
excuse me, is it okay?
But I was funny. And we used. I think I told this story. We used to watch Channel 1 News.
Oh,
feel
dude,
like I'm
Lisa
on
Ling.
You've told this story.
Lisa
Ling,
Ling.
and the
Anderson
audio
Cooper?
was off, and I said, "Speaking to my good ear,"
Yes.
and everyone laughed.
Yeah, you've told this story.
That pales in comparison to how good my uninteresting joke was.
You've told some other pretty good jokes today too. You want to tell any of them? On the
Let's just say what happens on the boat stays on the boat.
exactly.
I think we should talk about it personally.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
I'll answer any and all
pop
questions.
music.
I'm an open book.
So what do we do today? I guess we already talked about it on that recording that may or may not be lost.
What have we done
Let's-
since then?
I
The
don't,
lost
I don't know
tapes.
that we actually captured this on the recording itself, but we went on a boat and we weren't very successful at our fishing expedition.
We were successfully on the boat.
Yeah.
That's
We-
true.
So let me recap
Clint
our
was
day
the
for
most
you.
Successful.
We attempted to
Unsurprisingly.
capture some salmon. We ended up catching one salmon
So-
that was not keepable.
You know, I've been catching salmon every day this season until you guys were on my boat,
Yep,
and I couldn't catch a damn salmon after that.
they got gun shy.
No,
Camera
We've been
shy.
told it's the volume.
the
the
only
volume
variable the only variable that has changed is you guys being on my boat.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They were shy around
Because
us.
your boat was sending so much
All that
slower
star
in the
power
water.
and all that star.
All that start. They were
Water.
definitely.
Water's coming in the
Lot-
scuppers.
They were
Lots of
intimidated.
displacement.
The fish were intimidated.
No,
The whole sound, like
it was a fun day.
the
Though.
water displacement and the sound was just out of control.
It rose up
So
an
it
inch.
raised up. Yeah, the whole thing rose up an inch.
Tides were so weird.
That was crazy.
Just
It was
from
a
all the
tough day.
activity.
We worked hard though. We worked hard for that one salmon.
Yeah,
that we threw back.
illegal to keep,
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of dogfish.
Though we should have kept it.
Sharks. Come on.
We also caught a
They were
Chinese
sharks.
rockfish.
Oh, dude.
China rockfish.
China
Forgot that.
rockfish. Sorry.
Come on.
That was bordering on your
Yeah.
racist Chinese accent. Oh, dude.
Oh, it was like
It
it was like a
really
Pokemon
early-
fish or something crazy
weird
looking.
and it was really early. Like it was pretty
Yeah.
soon after we first.
And that's the first time I've caught one of those trolling in the Puget Sound. So that was
Yeah, it was like a
that was a
Charizard or
first.
something.
Yeah.
An Arctic
It's closer
Charizard.
to a Goldine Aaron.
A Goldine.
Sidebar listeners,
Yeah.
Aaron doesn't know anything about Pokemon.
It-
He's such a loser.
That is
or fishing.
basically
It did.
correct.
It did.
It's more of a
It did
Magikarp.
splash, but nothing happened.
Wow.
Next level Pokemon jokes. So then we're in line for the ferry, and the way it works is it's just backed up all the way down this road. But there are certain parts where there's like cross streets, so they leave a gap there where they don't want you to park, obviously. to
Do
back
not
up
block the
streets.
intersection.
Not block the intersection, and then this lady just cuts right in front of us.
With the old lady afro hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her hair was older than she was. But it was
Salon fresh.
it was pretty close to the end of the line.
Yeah.
So she wasn't really saving herself that much time, especially
She was
when-
driving a Toyota Camry
Light
hybrid,
blue.
license plate
We were on-
BCF4379.
No.
We were on the end.
Close,
Of, we were
but
on
not-
the end of
not
that
quite.
boat, though. So she would
Yeah.
have been half. She would have been on the next
Oh,
ferry. She would have
but
been
she
half an
didn't
hour
know
later.
that at the
yeah,
time.
true.
You know, I think she might have made that ferry, the one that we were on, because that whole center section was still empty when they filled up the
Oh,
sides.
you're right, you're right,
So
you're
right.
much
I think-
more cars.
Yeah, they
So
might
she
have
just
made
got
it.
in the back of the line. She would have been on the
Anyway,
ferry anyway.
let's see what happened.
But we waited, what, hour and a half?
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half from that point,
Well, an hour to get in line, and then the next
Yeah.
ferry was a half hour away, so.
and we get up to the front of the line, and we tell him, "Hey, this." Well, first Andy goes up to the car.
Well, first she cut
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you
part.
say that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But then she cut in again. like
First, we
Aaron said.
woke up,
Well, yeah.
and then we went fishing.
Never
Oh.
say that you woke up. Everyone knows you woke up.
First, we were born.
I was born.
Suddenly,
I swam
we
through,
were all awake.
So I walked
God
up to
said,
her.
"Let there be
I
light."
got out and
And
I
there was
walked
light.
up to her window, and she had it rolled down because she saw me coming. She goes, "What's the problem?" I said, "Well, you cut in line. You cut in front of all these people." She said some profanities.
Okay.
She said
I thought I was gonna
Yeah,
have to
she
beep
said
for
profanities. I didn't. Look, I know we're recording, Aaron. So she said profanities, and I just said, "Well, look, I think you should get out of line." And she more profanities.
You're out of line,
You're
ma'am.
out of line.
And then,
Ma'am?
she said
You're out
she's
of
going to
line.
call the cops on me. Look, okay.
Did it sound like
An
Yeah.
interesting
I'm gonna
turn.
call 911 on you, yellow
She-
man?
Yeah, pretty much. And then she,
Aaron's saying he's gonna have to beat you. And
I know. I know. She
That
rolls
was a
up her
direct
window. She,
Right.
but she
Hypothetical quote.
she rolls up her window
That was
and then
a-
proceeds to give me the
reenactment.
finger. So I just said, okay.
She,
So,
yeah, we saw her. She gave him
Yeah.
the double birds.
but did you see me give
Let
it back?
the record
Yes,
show
we
that
did.
it was
Oh, you
the
did.
middle
Oh,
finger.
see, there we go.
Sorry.
I did.
Thank you, Clint.
You double
Can we
birded.
clarify that in
Yeah.
the record?
What was the record?
That was the middle finger.
Yeah.
We don't use colloquialisms like flipping somebody off.
She was so angry. What an angry
Yeah,
person.
She was way angry. And can you imagine?
But then
if that's how
instantly-
angry- if that's how angry she was at that point, can you imagine how angry she was after we waited in line for an hour and a half? Got up to the front of the line.
It
and
was told
told
to.
the police officers there, "Hey, that lady in front of us cut in line," and they. And so first you like go and stand, you wait in this big long waiting line, and we see her car.
Waiting line.
She's yelling at the person in the booth for a second, and then she turns right around and just drives away. They kicked her out.
Hashtag why people
And then we had celebratory donuts
It was
and coffee.
and ice cream.
There was like
It was
all of us had like
We were
a
so
certain-
happy.
there was like a certain level of
Karma
guilt
ice
because
cream.
In some ways, it was so petty, but in other ways, it was like for once when someone does something totally jerky on the road, you actually have retribution, and it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, and cosmically, I'll point this out. Cosmically, as we right after it happened, and Andy had the exchange with her, there was a sign,
Hashtag the exchange.
a sign of call. What was the number? Something
Something
hero.
hero.
Hero, spelled H-E-R.
But it was what it said.
Let the record.
Is
The
someone?
records show.
Because Tattletale had too many letters
Yeah.
for the phone number.
Rat.
It was like
They could've used
fairy.
rat.
What was it? Fairy
Snitch.
fairy
There's a
line
report
cutter.
of fairy line cutter.
Fairy line cutter? Question mark. Right?
Fairy line cutter. Please make that happen.
Fairy line cutter? Question mark.
Trending.
Call-
Let's make sure that's in the sticker poll.
Yeah.
Hashtag fairy line cutter.
And so we Cole called
The number.
and reported.
telephone
I
number.
kept talking while I was trying to talk to
He
them.
was very upset.
I may have shouted some profanities at that point, but that was completely unrelated to the woman
Right.
cutting in line.
He was.
Yes, Cole said
Profanities were basically shouted at the same person.
I was in order. And the rest of the car was out of order.
You were in
Cole
line.
said, "Yes, please. Yes,
You
I
were
will
so-
hold,
You
please."
were so in line. You were like a rollerblade.
Cole,
I know,
Cole
exactly.
thinks he's back in a
I
few
was like
good
a
men.
rollerblade brand inline skate.
You were like a 10-wheeled rollerblade.
I wonder if that lady got out of line and was so pissed she just went back to wherever she came from.
I know.
And
Yeah, I
decided,
hope so.
I'm not going to.
You mean like the country that she came from?
Yeah, well, that too.
Go right back where
Yeah.
she came
It was.
from.
It,
That's
I'll,
what she
I'll
was
tell you
thinking
though,
about.
it was felt good.
Totally.
Like, now you can go back where you came from.
It felt like we were calling the cops on Permit Patty.
Yeah.
It was like legit
So
dope.
good, yeah.
It was so good. We were so woke in that moment on our
She
own
was-
behalf.
Five
You know,
adult men.
she
were
would-
like,
And we were all sitting there
wives.
in the car holding these microphones and telling the police
police.
officer, it's like, she got in line.
He
And
looked
he's like,
very
he's like,
confused.
Oh, please. He's like, don't make me do this. And
like,
we're like,
okay,
no,
so you guys-
you do this.
Did you
Each
see?
had
Did you
a
see how?
microphone in your hand.
He looked very confused.
Did you see how he tried to make an excuse, like get
Yeah.
himself out of it?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
well, if it's up there, I can't do anything.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, because there's
All
no
the way back
designated
there.
line.
The first
oh,
thing-
but there
No,
was.
There is. We will
No,
take
the
it.
first thing he said is
Dang it!
the first thing the first
Where
problem
was
was the first problem was you said that woman right there cut in front of us in line, and he said where, and you said way back there, and when you said that, he goes, "Oh well, I
That
can't
was
help
his
you."
thing. Well, if
Yeah.
it was really way
He
back
said,
If it
I
was
need
way
to
back
know
there, I don't know
exactly
where. And you're like, I don't know. It was way back there, and he's like, "Well, sir, if you
it
can't
wasn't
tell
a
me."
designated line, you know?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you're like, well, it wasn't that far back. I mean, you know, I was.
But there
excited
was a
before.
designated line.
Yeah,
And then
there's
you
definitely a
explained, yeah,
designated
you
line.
explained there was a dead, yeah.
He said, "Fine."
And he's in his eyes. He's like, "Don't make me do this." And
Can
we're
we
like, "Dude,
confirm
no,
there
do
was a
this."
designated line?
There was a designated
Yeah.
line. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been the crosshatching.
Exactly.
On
for
a
the-
scale of
for the
1
no
to 10,
parking.
how designated was that line?
10 and a freaking half.
Yeah.
Exactly.
maybe even
That's
11.
So off the scale. Off the scale.
This line goes to
Designated.
11.
Hey, the attorney spoke.
That wasn't legal speak.
Attorney spoke,
That was.
so we're good.
Yes.
Let the record show.
We have attorney-client white privilege.
See, it only worked.
Oh, that's
It only worked.
That's good.
It only worked because I had white guys in the car.
Hashtag white people.
Because if it was just me, he'd say, "No, you go to the back of the line."
Andy, he's like, sir, listen. I don't know if I can trust you.
He would
And Andy
say,
said,
"Sir, please exit the line.
and
Do
Andy
you
said,
understand me?"
and Andy said back to him, "Excuse me, officer. With all due respect, we are a car full of mostly white people, mostly white men. Now, we demand respect, and not her."
That's one. I'm going to allow one on the recording, and then it's okay.
I should also say that we there was like people
Again,
foraging.
I'd like to
people
mention the
foraging
fact
for
that
berries.
Aaron has been the only one to call out someone else for needing to be censored. I'd just like
There were people foraging for
stipulation.
berries on the side of the road. And I rolled down my window and I said to them, "You guys are doing a very good job."
And the lady, yes, it was a mom, or what I assume was a mom and two kids.
I'm assuming a mom and two homeschool kids.
I assume nothing
Well,
Why is that, Aaron?
because I don't make assumptions about people.
okay. Well, you're wrong.
And she
And-
get
and
she
she
get the
was-
courtesy laugh.
And she laughed like way harder than.
That's a very
Aaron
good
deserved.
courtesy laugh.
It was-
No, but get this.
and
She
she
gave a
was
courtesy
standing up,
laugh
she
and
looked
she
at us
walked
to laugh.
into a street
She walked
sign
right into the
while
street
she
sign
was
that was right
mocking
there.
me. So
While she was laughing and noticing
she
that we
was,
were
like, being
all
kind
holding
to you.
microphones.
we're
Like-
serving all kinds of
She was
karma
like
out
a
today.
poor boy who may be like, differently abled. Who has
Some
a
guy
terrible joke.
in the back of a car holding a microphone.
The least I can do is laugh at his terrible joke.
Each of us holding microphones.
I felt that, Aaron.
Yeah, we all.
I felt it.
Did the
Aaron, we're sitting on the same bench,
did
all
the
right?
machine pick
It's
that
one
up?
beat.
Is that on the recording? It might be.
There's actually an accelerometer, so yeah.
It might be. Yeah, it might have a.
Andy. Yeah, that one got Andy. Yes.
Ooh.
I knew it.
That might have a Richter
Aaron,
number.
Holy crap, dude.
Oh
We're gonna
man.
have to stop the recording.
Dude, we're outside and it smells.
The circuitry is getting gummed up just from the smell.
I think you were
So
right
after,
about that.
after
that
that
greasy
episode,
fish.
we
Censor your butthole.
after that episode we drove on. We got on the ferry, came across the sound
Why is it lingering?
to a peninsula. Then we drove around, across a bridge to Bainbridge Island,
Yes.
Bainbridge.
and then we had some legit sushi.
That's
Yep.
right. And some sake.
Bainbridge.
Too loud. Oh, sorry. You have to whisper if you're gonna do that part.
Bainbridge. You old man now, dog.
No.
Yeah, and now we're just here chilling.
We ate a lot of fish.
We went and ate. I tried sushi for the. Well, I've tried sushi many times before, and I've never liked it. And I've tried to like it before, but tonight I ate
No jokes, please.
Hamachi.
two large pieces of hamachi.
Hamachi.
Whoa.
Aaron.
And hamachi to you. And is that describing the yellowtail?
Yellowtail.
And
Yellowtail
it was
tuna.
Sashimi.
Yes,
Sashimi.
Sensei.
And it was just a big old hunk of meat. by
That's right.
itself.
Mhm.
Meat, quote unquote meat. And
Water meat.
yeah, exactly.
Hamachi is always farmed, usually.
Always.
Good.
But
Almost
still,
always.
it's still
Usually.
in the
That's
water.
officially the first time I've ever eaten
Officially.
But they do a good job. Japan
Hey,
farms
always
three for
hamachi.
3, Aaron.
Always,
sushi.
usually.
That is your toxic fart.
Well,
And then-
hang on a
Andy
second. Hang on a
kept
second.
saying, we can't leave this food here. Meanwhile, they had brought us our check an hour earlier.
And
Said,
they were
"I'm bringing you this
closed.
check because the kitchen is closed.
Yeah.
And then as we were walking out, it was 9:30 when we left. The sign said that they closed at 8:30. So
To be
I
fair,
really appreciate
all they
Hey.
said is last call for orders. They never said that the restaurant
That's
was
true.
closed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Damn, that ferry is
That
loud.
ferry is
Is that like someone's phone buzzing?
No, that was the ferry. The ferry.
That
horn.
ferry line cutter is.
Dude,
That was.
She had to catch
you gotta
that ferry.
pinch off your
Loud.
ferry line cutter over there. And yeah. Oh, so you're saying that because they didn't come and physically throw us out of the restaurant, then we were totally in the right to stay there an hour past
Yeah, dude.
closing time.
We were fine.
Closing
They still-
time.
yeah, they still had to
One
clean
last
up.
call for alcohol. So finish your whiskey and beer.
Oh my!
I think they meant to say and leave.
My goodness.
You don't have to stay home, but you can't stay here. I know who I.
Phil, we have
Yes.
upstairs
We have-
neighbors.
It's nighttime.
You know what?
Neighbors.
This gentleman
Don't bring it up on the podcast.
cussed up a storm very
It wasn't a
loudly.
storm. It was like a lightning strike. It was a single lightning strike.
Very loudly.
It was Fast and Furious.
It's more like a hurricane, really.
Essentially. So, what are your thoughts on guitars?
So we recorded this earlier, but we should recap. So we had the chance to go to the Sinusoid shop today.
Oh, I thought you
The
were
world
going to start from the beginning
headquarters.
of the day.
No, you have to,
The world headquarters of Sinusoid.
Our alarms went off.
We went fishing.
I was asleep.
Our room was.
I was
right
asleep
next
for
to
about
Aaron
4
and Phil's
hours.
room, and I only heard the shower turn on. once,
Suddenly-
so
I was awake.
Accurate.
I took a shower this morning alone. I will say that.
allegedly.
That's what Aaron told me to say.
Anyway, so we got to go hang out at Sinusoid. We saw
Yeah, that's right.
we saw Kevin and Anthony hardly working or working hard. Which one was it? One of the two.
Working hardly.
It's a multiple choice test.
No comment, I guess.
I'm gonna have to consult my lawyer on this one.
Clint has told me not to comment on that.
we can neither
On the
confirm nor
status of the
deny.
hardworking.
I think that's the only thing I know how to say is we can neither confirm nor deny.
Hey, but you
That's-
represent me, not them.
That's
No,
right.
he represents me too.
Andy can neither confirm. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Andy can
Andrew.
neither.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Mr. Kim.
Andrew Dice Kim.
How do you say it?
Can you-
That's legit.
That is.
That's legit.
That is.
Andrew Dice Kim.
Oh, man. How do you say your name, though, Andy?
How do you say
You want me to say Andy in Korean?
That's a callback to an earlier frustration that Andy had.
This episode will be full of inside jokes for those of you who have
So
not
it's
yet
super
figured that out.
enjoyable
This
for
episode
everyone
is
that
also
has
brought to you
recorded
by-
this episode. Gun Street?
This episode is also brought to you by. Did I say something weird just then?
It sounded a little bit weird.
Felt weird. This episode is also.
Interesting.
I think it's worse calling attention to it.
Telling me that you weren't impaired at all.
This episode is also brought to you by Gun Street Wiring Shop. They make really good wiring harnesses.
Aaron looked off into the distance. He's like,
Actually,
did I
just
get
saw
that
on
right?
Instagram
Did I get
today
that right?
they are now kind of color coding their packaging. So, if you get parts, you get one color. If you get a harness, you get another color. If you get something else, you get the third color.
What's the something else?
I don't know.
Did you get a package?
Ooh, lightning.
This episode is also brought to you by
crashes.
Leon Wright. So, Leon, send me a check now.
All right.
Make that out to
Andy Kim.
Not
Andrew, actually.
Make that out to Andrew W. Kim.
Dice.
Andrew
So-
W. Kim Dice.
Since yeah.
Andrew W. Kim Kardashian. Wait.
So anyway, we hung out at Sinusoid and we got to play some cool stuff. Some of Andy's guitars. He's got a Cower there. What is
I
it?
do.
A Cower Arcturus
Yeah,
with a Lawler wide range
That's
humbuckers
it.
in it.
that's right.
That was cool.
Cole became my official luthier of Vandross now. He set it up for me.
It was
So.
in pretty rough shape. The truss rod.
Cole is both a Marvin Gaye and a Luthier Vandross.
That's about the caliber of jokes we've been running on for over, what are we at, like 18 hours so far today?
Yep.
We've been up a long
I
day.
need some
It's
Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Aaliyah.
Aaron, no more
Someone
of
set the
those.
party on fire.
And I'm not talking about your joke.
I didn't fart.
Didn't say that in the... Use your microphone voice, please.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
This is the one that... And I don't... Justin, you'll have to write in, call the voicemail line and tell us if you ever had issues.
At JessTone86
There's negative
on
relief on the neck, so it was completely bowed
Instagram.
back. And I had to loosen it more than a full turn to loosen the truss rod, and then it was fine. The rest of the setup was basically already dialed in. we raised the bridge a little bit, but it was
was a
crazy.
chick.
I don't
Yeah.
know what would have led to that.
Was it
What
turkey
Cole
neck?
said.
So that guitar was cool. Had a fat old neck on it.
It could it be that somebody just like turned
You
it?
talking about the cower?
Unless
No,
How else
'cause you-
would that happen?
Because you had to take the
Could have
pick.
been like weather.
nobody
Or,
would have
You
done it
can't
on-
get into the truss rod without taking the pickup cover off.
Somebody did it.
Like the whole
Yeah.
pick guard has to come off, or something. Like the thing is, it didn't loosen though; it tightened. So I could see like if something inside slipped, like the end of the truss rod slipped in one big movement, you could lose a lot of relief, maybe. But even then, I don't think.
Or if there was like a big chip
I
in the
don't think it
route
would
that
be
kind of came
designed-
loose.
Yeah, I don't think it would be designed in a way that would even be possible.
interesting.
So I don't know. It's a weird thing.
it's a sweet, sweet mystery. So we played that a little bit.
It's a bittersweet
Yeah.
mystery.
You played
Symphony.
Well,
That?
yeah.
Yeah, you hear the waves?
Yeah, I can hear those on.
I don't know if you can feel the daggers that I'm staring into, Clint, right now, but they're there.
I
Why?
can't.
Now you know how I feel. Clint, do not chew into the microphone.
I'm very disappointed in what's happening at this
sorry.
place. We also
That's
got to
why-
try out Andy's. What's the Equus model you have?
The Ashford.
The Ashford, which is
Yeah.
semi hollow, which is pretty freaking cool too.
Bought it at Guitar Center. It was really,
Got it on Memorial Day.
Yeah, you got it for full
Got
map.
got it on the 15% off coupon. It was great.
Percent off does not apply.
Oh, not
They
to
threw
Equus,
in
though, huh?
they threw in a free Fender cable, which was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, amazing.
California series.
Hosa.
Hose up, cheeks down.
No, but that
And one of
Equus,
those
that's a nice
tuner twisty
Yeah.
things.
So we got to play that. We also got to play Andy's Roni,
Rahoney.
which is what's that model name? Does anyone know?
Paramore.
Sorry.
Paramore. Yeah, it's the Paramore.
The Paramore,
Paramore?
from Roni,
Yeah.
which has
I
some
love that
interesting
band.
pickups in it
I
too.
do
It looks
too.
like
I really like Haley Williams.
a P90 in the bridge, and the back pickup was a P90, and the front pickup was
Did I pick up on the back?
yeah.
Great, yeah.
Oh, word. Yeah, the
Try the
top string
tellies?
was nice, and the bottom string was also nice.
Did you play my tellies?
I also, yeah, dude, but that Roni I fell in love with today. But I
Yeah.
also played your JD, Jerry Donahue.
What about
Donahue?
the tobacco burst?
Telly. I didn't even see that one. I don't
Oh,
think it was
yeah.
there.
No, it's there.
It's American Special.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on that rack, was it?
yeah, it was.
Word?
Open your eyes,
Oh,
Aaron.
word.
Word.
I played a bunch of guitars. I also played a little bit on a Jazz Master that was there. That I think it was what's the Modern Player series, which felt okay, but it had no.
And all
High
my
E string.
all my guitars are stringed up with.
Gabriel Tenorio strings.
String
He's
joint.
still a
Gabrielle.
sponsor, right?
Gabriel Tenorio does sponsor this show.
Third sponsor.
First in our hearts.
Are we like trying to brag?
No.
But Gabrielle, I wish Gabrielle was here
right.
because
Yeah.
the only thing that would make this trip better is if Gabrielle was here.
That would be rad.
Yeah.
That would be rad. Especially, I wish you would have been in that car with that lady.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Just like, yeah,
That would have
Hashtag
been
white
so
people.
great.
this freaking old white lady cutting in, yelling at us. That would have been great.
Becky.
Becky.
Oh, Becky.
Linda.
Like Doris.
Why have you forsaken us?
Oh, dude, we went to
Linda.
lunch today, and there were these two older ladies. They were having the most
When
mundane
he says
conversation,
Older, he means older than dirt.
but we're like super into it. And this lady kept calling the other lady by her name, but like really intently. So she would end every sentence with the word Linda.
I haven't
And-
been this happy in a long time, Linda.
I haven't felt this good in years, Linda.
And then, did you guys notice?
Paraphrasing.
I have not
like-
felt this good in years, Linda.
Towards the end of lunch, those two other old ladies came and they were looking for something under their
Yeah,
their
dude.
table, and
we
they
were in
moved
this
the
restaurant, and they were like moving tables around because this senile old lady.
It was an old
thought she
lady
left something
disagreement.
there.
I heard her. She said she thought she left her purse. Right?
Yeah, so they look under the table, and she didn't believe them when they said it wasn't there.
You would
she
be
made
able
them
to see
pull
the
So
purse.
yeah,
out away
she
from
made
the
them
wall
pull the table out from the wall and
flashlight.
shine a flashlight under the table. Yes.
And they did it instead of saying no.
Let the record show that
They were
Gabrielle
legitimately
also
trying to help her.
lost it on that.
So this one lady's like 80, and this other 100-year-old lady comes up, and the 80-year-old lady says to her friend, "This old lady's crazy, Linda."
Can you believe this woman, Linda?
She's like, oh, maybe you can't see it through your cataracts.
Maybe we need
And
to
then they
pull the
high-five
table
each
out
other.
from the wall, Linda.
I'm about to.
Oh, my teeth
I'm
just
about
fell
to-
out.
I'm about to
Linda?
bust a can of whoop ass, Linda.
Wow.
Phil, language.
Phil.
Sorry,
way
sorry.
way to bring the podcast to a screeching halt, my friend.
You know what?
Linda?
Listen, they can't all be winners. All right.
It's all fun and games till that.
I'm sorry for the swing and a miss.
It's okay, Linda.
I've got to swing. I got to swing.
You got to swing money to miss.
Oh,
money.
word.
I got to keep swinging. I got to
Just
swing
keep
like
swinging
no one else,
until you're over.
so I can swing like no one else.
Exactly.
That was another missed opportunity there. Oh,
So,
That Ozeki was good tonight, huh?
The comedy fluctuates.
The Ozeki.
you played the
yes.
Vinny a lot, and you liked
Correct.
it.
Yeah, so I played all those guitars through the Classic 30 and the Vinny.
You've had
Oh, you played the Classic 30 too.
Yeah,
a
That was
I
a
thought
good
it sounded
sound.
great.
Yeah.
you've had a
It's good
raging
sounding, yeah.
desire to buy a Benson for a long time.
I've had a raging hardwire for Benson amplifiers for a while now.
What did playing that for a while? You played it for a decent amount of time. Like
Yeah,
20
dude.
minutes, half hour type thing. What did that do to that? Did that make it more or less?
So here's what it did.
He really got hardwired.
I had been thinking that I might be willing to compromise and just buy a Vinny instead of the what is it
You wanted the Monarch.
the Monarch, yeah, the 15-watt Monarch. And playing it today really confirmed that might be a great idea because I loved it.
I've put that Vinny on a larger cab before. and
Oh, like
I
a
thought it's-
412?
Yeah. It actually sounded really, really
Is
good.
it on a 10 right now?
It's on a 10.
Okay, yeah. It sounded good through the 10.
Yeah.
I like that kind of nice.
But the 412
Tight,
it breaks up
punchy
real
sound.
nice. Yeah, it's
Really
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
That's a
played
good
that.
option,
A
too.
bunch of Caroline pedals in there.
It looks goofy though.
It looks goofy on the 412
Yeah.
because it's so small.
What do you?
Nothing.
What, Cole?
I just asked Clint, how do you get a 10-inch speaker? But we'll answer that offline. Okay.
Out of control.
Guys, I'd like to point out, Clint and I
I'm
aren't
shaking
even
my head.
Guys, we're just buttholing here. That's all we're doing. Just buttholing.
We've been on a boat together all day. You're gonna end up.
Boat
We're
hole.
boat holing.
Ah,
I'm a a little slow on the uptake
Give me that.
because I got an
Are
Oreo
you
in my
happy
hand.
that you made the same joke as Clint? How's that actually feel?
Very sad about that. Especially since he got it out first. I got beat to the punch by
On a dad joke.
this guy on a terrible joke.
He's sober though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both.
So I was faster to the joke, but I thought it was funny, and you realized it was not.
Yeah.
So you can be proud of that.
But we've tried to.
I'm not sober.
I don't know what I was
Aaron.
going to say. I'm really tired. Not sober. Oh, Aaron.
You did.
We're going to have to cut this part out.
I didn't do it.
Somebody's been
I
cutting.
swear.
Maybe it's just lingering.
Maybe he just shifted.
It's just latent.
He's trapped.
it's just wafting.
Carbon-
Yeah, it's
like
wafting
carbon
out of his
monoxide.
clothes.
It's heavy and it's sitting down low,
Yeah. What was that
So-
oily fish you were talking about, Andy?
So where are we going? Where are we going tomorrow after brunch?
We're going to
brunch, guys.
Yeah,
So
we're going to-
hardcore
we're
stuff.
going to
Hashtag white
Salties.
people, Gabriel.
Salties for brunch, and then we're going to Mike and Mike's Guitar Bar, where
Wow.
Mike Adams used to be a partner there, but I don't think he's involved anymore. I think he just does some marketing for them.
Yeah, he lives in Long Beach now,
Yeah,
I've heard
But
he
they've-
does not.
California.
Yeah.
He does though live in Long Beach.
I mean,
but
yes.
he's not involved in the shop anymore.
That's
I think he
the
just
thing.
does some of their marketing for them. I think it was. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But they've got a great little shop.
He did not change his name though. He's still called Mike.
He kept his name. It's very progressive.
Real good collection of vintage stuff. Yeah, it's
It was a conscious uncoupling.
We need to work on your mic technique there, Andy. You're a professional. You should know better.
I'm only used to talking to a talkback. There you go.
So we'll definitely plan
He's
on
got a
doing a
whole bottle
recap
of sake
after
in him.
Mike and Mike, and hopefully tomorrow more people will play gear and not just me.
Can it be a? Does it have to be a recap, or can it be just an actual cap, like a
Phil has
live?
a chance.
cap.
We'll bust a recap.
You want to
after
just
we
like bust a cap?
Phil had a chance to play some gear today, and how did that go, Phil?
Hashtag I was robbed. Hashtag.
For those of you in the group, let me
Yes,
tell you,
Aaron?
we
You
planned
know
a
that.
live stream. We said let's all play a song.
Covers because we were having some people were streaming covers in the group. Which
Was that a thing? Is that what you guys were doing when I showed?
Phil says, "Okay, great. I got one in my pocket."
In my pocket were these.
15 minutes later,
No.
10 minutes later,
No.
several minutes later,
Maybe.
we start live stream, and I play a song. Phil has 7 to 10 to 15 minutes, plus the time it takes me to play a song to prepare his song. He does not do so. Then Cole gets on and plays a song.
He proceeds to pick up a different guitar, which wasn't in tune. We didn't have a tuner. For his cover song that he knew so well.
He laid on the ground and took a picture of my crotch. He was so confident
guitar.
in his song being ready.
But then not only that, once we
Oh,
finally
listen.
convinced him to just use this guitar that was already in tune, he tried to remember the song and was not able to.
Listen.
Before
I
Saki.
wanted to show Kevin some love and play his guitar. Also, besides the fact that I wanted to show Kevin
It's
some
actually
love
my
specifically,
guitar, Phil.
yes. Besides the fact that I wanted to show
So you were just pandering to Kevin?
no. Also, I wanted some variety.
Variety
Variety in the,
for the viewers
yes,
at home.
for the,
They got
their
some because they
palette.
got a song from me, a song from Cole, and nothing from you. So that was the variety.
That was the variety.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Three
and then
options there.
when Cole
There's
did the
two of
song,
us playing a song and you not playing a song. So all three of those options.
No,
and then when
they're not
Cole was
choices.
playing,
Song, no song.
both Aaron and I were live
Started
streaming.
live streaming. Which
Song,
completely
no
ruined
song.
Ruining.
Song, no song. Cole call.
Yeah, ruining things.
Dude,
So
but
kind of like how he and Aaron are talking at the same time now and also ruining things.
and we told the same joke at the same time.
I'd like to point out that you're angry with me, and my goal was variety and spice.
Let the record show that goal was not achieved.
And-
Fine,
and causing
but
anger.
you can't
Yeah.
even let the live stream just play its course and be good. You had to ruin it with a double live stream. So that's on you, not on me.
What your goal was is irrelevant.
No, my goal was to make everything happier
I know
and
what
better.
your goal is, but your execution.
So
failed.
you
Fine.
can argue that my live streaming within the live stream was detrimental to the live stream.
Good.
I'll
Yes.
accept that as an argument.
Yep, good.
No, you
But
but
it's
accept
n-
that as a truth. A proven
This is
fact
what I'm saying.
into
That's
the record.
Thank
well, it's not
you.
a proven
Thank
fact.
you.
It's an argument.
Thank you.
It's a matter of opinion.
Thank you, Cole.
It is a matter of opinion.
Ruined.
It's contextual. Depends on your perspective.
Ruined.
Whatever.
But Aaron didn't say before the live stream started, "Hey guys, I'm not going to duplicate the live stream, thus ruining it."
Yeah, it was a
Just kinda on the fly.
spontaneous
He didn't say, "Hey,
lapse in judgment.
I got this double live stream in my pocket." In one hand,
Did he just fling it out?
risking a peace sign or whatever it is.
I did not do that.
You did. That's okay. You're right.
Therefore,
But Kevin's guitar felt really good. I liked how that felt.
you mean Andy's guitar?
Even out of
Yeah,
tune,
that Kevin built.
even out of tune, it felt great.
Let the record show.
I don't like big.
Even
big
out of
Phil
tune, it
destroyed
sounded
the
great, huh?
live stream with malice aforethought.
I don't like the big.
That's a lawyer term.
Confirm that.
I don't like the Bigsby, but I just don't like him. But his guitar felt really good, and I looked at it and I liked how it looked. But Paul's guitar, if you explain, and we were talking about this, if you explain
Paul's
that-
boutique guitar.
The Rahoney.
the Rahoney, if you explain that guitar to me, I would not be interested at all.
All right, let's try.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a guitar.
Theater of the mind.
That's my first set neck that I owned.
six,
Oh, yeah?
6 strings,
Yeah.
metal, one neck, wood,
I've always-
truss rod, metal, frets,
I've
metal,
always felt like
body,
set
wood,
necks are. I don't know, something
Neck,
about set necks
set.
bothered me.
There's no going back.
headstock,
Yeah, it's
pointy,
done. It's
tuners, 6,
God, commit.
And I bet set necks are
pickups,
probably more
2,
difficult to get.
selector switch, 1,
Correct.
knobs, 2.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, set necks are way harder to get
Right.
Well, we're
And
all
if-
gonna
well,
talk
and
over
if-
butts now, but there's much that you have a lot.
I've
more
heard.
adjustment you can make after the fact with a
I-
bolt-on neck.
I'm making 2 guitars, or I'm standing there while the guy makes 2 guitars.
If it's your first time, all that to say, if it's your first time building a guitar, go with the Michael Bolton neck because it's way easier than the set neck.
Dude, so mine are. So I'm making the acoustics, and the one is going to be a just a joined neck, but the other is called a Spanish foot, where you like the neck.
Oh, a PS.
What? BS?
PS.
Piece of crap is what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
no,
Spanish for foot.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so hard because you make the whole thing in the neck.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I know I've screwed it up like 40 times, and the guy's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll fix it. Just watch me fix it." I'm like, "No, just you fix it."
It'll count. It'll count for the test if you just watch me. I'll sign your merit badge card.
Yeah. But yeah, so the sec neck crap is a lot harder. So the Roni, it's not gold, but it's like
It's like a copper.
a
metallic.
small flake glitter copper is yeah. But it looks good and it feels even better. I played that more
It
than anything,
smells
I think.
amazing.
Yeah. And
Tastes
if
delicious.
you lick it, dude.
Sounds.
What did it taste like?
Sounds powerful.
I'm questioning myself because Aaron and I are on the same
do you
wavelength,
think
and that's
Aaron
never
feels?
happened before.
Yeah, I'm vibing with a much older man today.
Yeah.
Up to now, Phil's the oldest man I've ever podcasted with. But Clint is even much older.
I am older. Caston.
If Clint offered you an unspecified sum of money just to hang out with him, what would you say?
Just to hang out.
Just
I
to
would say specify that amount of money.
$5,000.
I think it was $5,000.
Just to hang out with him?
no, well, maybe he just wanted to like have you sit next to him on the sofa or something, just watch some TV,
What kind of TV?
just regular.
Just Netflix and,
Are we
chill.
watching like The Office, or are we
Standard
watching
stuff.
like Gilmore Girls, or
Drama,
Hills.
It's
The Hills?
drama
The
action.
Hills is not on Netflix.
Downton Abbey.
What?
The Crown. The Crown.
Cool. Cool, you got me. You got me.
I broke Andy.
Missed it.
Let me let you in on a little behind the scenes here, viewers. One of the keys to successful podcasting is learning to work through the laughter and through the jokes.
Yes.
Acknowledging that something is funny, but not losing yourself in laughter. Clearly,
Another key to successful
Clint
podcasting is
and-
not being drunk while podcasting.
apparently, Clint and Andrew have failed at both of these things.
Sort of fighting.
Yeah, that's
got
why.
me, Cole.
That's why you don't
Clint
let
is-
me on often.
Clint is severely inebriated, so much so that he doesn't even know how to say pine gar anymore.
Inebriated
What?
by oldness and lateness in the day.
Yes. Yes.
The fatigue has gotten him.
Oh, Mars is still there, by the way. The clouds have cleared. Mars is still there. Let the record show. Cole tried to convince me that was an airplane.
I didn't try to convince him the moon is an airplane. Though. No, that one. I knew that one was an airplane all along.
Oh, okay.
Trust me.
Trust
Aaron
Rod.
thought there was two planets. but
Trust
there was
Rod.
One.
That's fair.
I see two planets. Earth.
Maybe the maybe
Oh,
the
Earth.
truss rod was damaged because it was participating in a truss fall.
Just let that one marinate, folks.
I don't want you doing any marinating right now. Aaron.
There is no accurate response.
I'll give you some money if you marinate. What?
$5,000. Who's Nate? That's my
It's a
question.
deal.
What's Nate
What?
look like?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's good. That one got me. They got me.
Ugh.
Marinate, hardly know him.
It is 11:30 p.m.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
We're outside.
And Cole has to catch his bus in the morning. Oh
Aaron-
wait, no. that's-
No, but Aaron and I got 3-4 hours of sleep, and we've been up for a very long time. So,
Do we need to call it a night? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
how long have we been?
Gentle
My
Leia.
back is tired from carrying this podcast.
Oh, really? Interesting. You feel that way.
question
that was a
is.
little language joke there. My back's not actually tired.
Thank
and
you.
I haven't actually been physically carrying a podcast.
Metaphorically
How
speaking.
you would carry it. I mean, unless you put it in a hard drive.
Aaron, the question is, can we produce 14 minutes more?
All right, here's
content?
what we're gonna do. I got a great topic for
Hey.
conversation.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the
Again.
I'm gonna give the floor to Clint and to Andy.
Really feel like that's the best.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna allow
He's had a lot of
these
sake.
two gentlemen. We're gonna give them an AMA moment. You can ask me, along with Cole and Phil, anything you want, and we will answer those questions truthfully, honestly, accurately,
Really? Anything goes?
fully.
Because that's what AMA is.
Yeah, anything
Actually,
goes.
Anything.
Also, I edit the podcast, so go ahead.
You can ask me anything.
You can ask me anything.
Clint, why don't you go first?
Because, so here's why I won't go first. Because I don't care.
Oh.
Really at all. No,
Clint
I-
is
Clint is also
either
tired.
unable or unwilling to acknowledge common rhetorical structures.
Okay.
So when
Okay.
people ask him a question like, why don't you go first? He tries to answer that question
this is-
literally,
'Cause I'm
which leads me to
belligerent.
believe that he's at least somewhat psychotic.
This
he's
is a-
going to
Yeah.
someday succumb to the non-duped air
Well, okay,
and
so-
fail in such a way that will
I'm
damn
gonna-
his life to
Stop talking.
really bad stuff. Some really bad stuff. Okay.
I'm going to pick some low-hanging fruit here.
All right.
But it's entertaining. Yeah. I'm going to pick your low-hanging fruit, Cole. That's later, though. So, easy but entertaining. So, tell us some stories about, like, some of the most embarrassing moments of your life.
You hear those waves, ladies and gentlemen?
Those aren't embarrassing.
moments?
Yeah, 'cause it's always entertaining.
Here's
Because-
one that's not that embarrassing, but it's kind of funny. So when my wife and I were dating, we were in college.
My wife.
It was like in the
Wow.
early 2000s. So I was still doing this thing that I used to do in the 90s, where I would wear like a thermal undershirt, right, with a t-shirt over it.
And your thongs.
Yeah, and deerskin thongs.
Wow.
Is that not what you said?
Did you cut a thumb hole into the?
No, I did not do that. So one day we went to get donuts.
I just meant
At, like,
sandal thongs. But
late at night, and it was a little warm, so I went to go like pull the sleeve up a little bit so that it wasn't covering my full arm, and my hand slipped, balled itself into a fist, and punched me in the face, busting my lip open in the parking lot of the donut shop.
You
Wow.
punched yourself in the face?
Wow.
That's so sad.
It was a little embarrassing.
In front of your future wife?
That's so sad.
Well, next to my future wife, she sat in the front seat also.
Okay.
All right, Phil.
Most embarrassing moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I might have been in 5th grade, and I had been begging my dad for a bike so I didn't have to ride the bus to school with all the losers. Please, Dad, give me a bike so I can ride my bike to school and not be like all those losers on the bus. So for Christmas, I get a bike. And I think I'm the coolest guy ever, right? With my cool Huffy bike. And I believe it was first week. I'm riding my bike to school, and I don't know if you guys, Clint, I'm sure you remember. These fine gentlemen might not.
The Great Depression.
But,
is that what you're asking about?
I had
30s were
some.
really tough. The 1930s. man.
No. I had some.
Penny for your thoughts.
I had some
farthing
fake-
for your heart.
I had some fake LA gears.
What were they called?
And I don't remember, but the laces, there were a lot of.
Called El Segundo gears.
Orange County gear.
That's a Spanish /
So there were a lot of laces.
Oh, are those the ones where you would have like two different
Yes.
shoelaces at once?
Yes, there were a lot of laces
ridiculous.
going on. Now, I don't know if you've had any experience with riding a bike. Lots of laces is not what you want when you're riding a bike. So I learned this the hard way. I start pedaling, and the laces get caught in the pedal. And
In the pedal?
and I can't
Oh, word.
pedal. This bike was one of the kind that doesn't pedal backwards. The backwards is the brake. So there's no undoing the winding of the laces.
What has been done? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's in the crank. It's in the gear teeth.
It is in. It wasn't in the teeth. It was in the where the pedal.
But you couldn't pedal backwards.
Right. So I start to panic, and I'm going at a decent clip, and I realize, okay, wait a minute, calm down. What's the course of action here? You can't move your feet, but you know what? Just keep going, slow down, aim for some grass, fall over, and then just take your hand down and pull the laces off. No harm, no foul. You're back in business, off to school.
As Phil
So-
always says, aim for some grass.
So all of that goes according to plan. I'm down in the grass. Okay, no harm, no foul. Now just get that lace off and you'll be on your way. I'm trying to reach for the laces, and I'm struggling to reach for the laces, and I hear a sound, a familiar sound, and I realize this is not good. I turn and look.
And she
It's
said,
my
"What
bus.
are you doing, Linda?"
It's my bus that I previously read
With all those
Road.
nerds that you look down on.
that all the people I told, you losers, are still on the bus, and I'm awesome. Of course. And I'm awesome on my bike. They come around the corner, all with their fingers pointed out in slow motion. As I'm
Man, they
laying,
had deep voices.
as I'm laying down,
It's Alexander Dumas.
and they're all pointing and laughing out the window as they slowly. It all happened in slow motion. So that is one of the most embarrassing moments of.
I think all your stories happen in slow motion.
Yeah, shut up, Aaron.
It took me a minute.
Hey, Aaron,
From my perspective.
shut up.
Oh, word.
It's a good story, and you know it.
It was good.
So shut up.
Hey, remember, there's people upstairs.
It was good.
Yeah, Cole, stop cussing at us.
Yeah, God's up there.
Hey, like, what is that? Why is that so bright?
Remember.
Right? Why is that so bright?
That's a UFO, obviously. Moving on.
No, that's a chopper.
Embarrassing moment.
Get to
Cole.
the
That's an
chopper.
airplane.
Should we get to the chopper?
So
Oh, God.
It's very loud.
Aaron, you're a bad
I
person.
freaking quit.
Cole.
We can't go on like this. So, I'm trying to think. Don't worry about it, Phil. I'm trying to think of a story that I haven't told. One that
You're trying to think of a story that's more embarrassing than just your everyday life. nothing really stands out.
In my life, 5'10", I weigh 300 pounds.
He rides the bus with an amp on his shoulder.
5 foot nothing. You weigh 100 and nothing.
So, in junior high, the very first dance we had, I know I've told this on the podcast, but I can't think of a better one. Well, I've told a lot of embarrassing stories. The very first school dance we had in junior high, so it was like the first time you ever considered asking a girl to dance. I asked this girl that I kind of had a crush on to dance, and we danced and stuff.
I would
It was
like to
super
dance with you,
awkward.
Linda.
What was her name?
Was it like in the movie The Wood? Have you seen that movie?
What
No,
was
this
her
is
name?
legit-
Oh.
it's a legitimate question.
What was her
There's a
name?
movie called The Wood. Okay. Well, there's a first dance
What was her name?
experience on that.
Linda,
It wasn't Linda.
I don't remember.
This is the best dance I've had, Linda.
Tiffany.
But it was like one of those where you had
Ashley?
I haven't danced this good in years,
like if you're
Linda.
holding your hand out,
Stacy's
you have
gonna
your
be
hand cupped,
looking her
you
up
know?
on Facebook.
Like you have your hand cupped and it's just like sitting, like barely resting against her hip, you know? Yeah. And
Why's your hand cupped?
because it's awkward, because the whole thing is just awkward. You're trying to like.
You don't know what to do with your
if
hands
you
when
could,
you're
you would
7th
just
grade.
not touch at all. You would
Yeah.
just cover your hand over it, but that somehow would be even more awkward.
You
Right.
just
And
touch.
so then, but she actually seemed to not be like repulsed by me. And then we were talking afterwards, and the whole dance. You don't learn a lot of strategies about crop dusting and other things until later in life. It takes some time. And so I had a lot of gas built up, and I was talking to her, waiting for our parents to come pick us up separately. And this wasn't. We don't have the same parents. I'll make that clear.
Waiting for our parents.
You and Linda.
And we were just talking, and so I was,
Gives a whole new meaning to sister wives.
Ew.
and I sneezed, and when I sneezed, a big fart came out, and it was like, but it lasts longer than the sneeze. So it wasn't like it came out because of the sneeze, but it wasn't masked by the sneeze. So she totally knew that I did it, and it was like a deal breaker. She didn't laugh it off. She didn't like just like ignore the fact that it happened. She kind of just like walked away,
Whoa.
and that was the end of that story. And then I didn't kiss a girl until I was 18 years old.
Traumatized.
Oh, so maybe that was. I should have.
Let
the
her-
best for last.
That's kind of like a story within a story.
I buried the lead.
You're not an embarrassment of riches, but you got riches of embarrassment.
That's called the frame tale.
But yeah, it is a frame narrative. That's good. I like
Eesh.
All right. So I want to apologize to Andy for not taking my turn, and apologize to Aaron
It's okay.
because he is, condemning me to a lifetime of horror.
What?
So I'll ask you a question.
Farts.
Because I didn't ask a question,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was belligerent about it.
His pedantry has.
Yeah. So
Jumped in.
I've been whining all weekend because I had back surgery. So I have
Whining and dining.
yeah.
I might add.
What
So
else?
I have
true.
I have a scar that's like a permanent plumber's crack right now, and then my son last month got bit by a crocodile on his arm at work where he wrestles crocodiles.
This is a great question, by the way.
Yeah. So what's your coolest scar?
Oh. Wow. That's a good one.
Mine's at the tip.
Oh, are you about to ask? Oh, are we recording? What have you been doing for the last hour?
I'm talking about my finger.
Oh, okay. So
Thanks, guys.
Oh.
Remember how Aaron?
I'm so
edits
tired
the
right now.
podcast, but he'd rather not have to edit it that much.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I've had a lot of.
Coolest
break.
scar? Like coolest looking or like coolest story behind it?
either one.
Just answer the question, sir.
All right. I guess almost dying from a motorcycle is kind of cool. Or like, it's
I
like.
thought it was kind of cool.
At least
I have this scar on my elbow.
We are
So
glad you're not dead.
When I was in middle school, I was in a science class. And like we were studying like earth science and geology and stuff. So we took a trip to Mount Signal, which is a mountain that is on the U.S.-Mexico border, and it's like half in Mexico and half in the United States. And it's rumored that there's these tunnels that go through there.
Cobras?
Yeah, there's tunnels that have been
Good
built
old
in
chew.
the mountains that smugglers use to transport both contraband and people.
And chupacabras.
Anyway, so it's dangerous. That's an aside. It's not important to the story. So we went to this Mount Signal and we climbed up. We were looking at rocks, and at some point,
Sounds awesome.
I slipped. This is also an embarrassing story.
Did you fart?
No, I slipped on loose rocks. So if you've never been into like Southern California desert mountains, there's all the mountains are kind of made up of like they're like piles of rocks basically. So I slipped on a loose rock and I started going down the mountain. And in these situations, you're supposed to like throw yourself backwards, right, so that you stop your momentum.
You're supposed to fling your head towards the...
Yes, I was.
That thing that's in your hand.
Fling the head towards the spiky rocks is what you're supposed
Yeah,
to do.
always fling the head toward the rock. I was not aware of this,
Dwayne Johnson.
and so I continued through no intent of my own. I began to run down the mountain at a glacial, not glacial, a reverse of glacial. Yes, at a,
Lightning.
at an insanely fast pace, right? Like faster than I've ever run downhill.
What
The
do you
full
teach,
weight
Aaron?
of my body carrying me down, the gravity, acceleration, etc.
9.8 meters.
I was going, I was booking it.
Okay.
The problem is, eventually the mountain ends. And the mountain doesn't end with flat ground. It ends by connecting to another mountain, which I ran into face first.
Oh my gosh.
And I landed. I went down on my face. My legs flew up into the air above me. I almost flipped all the way over. And I hit my
It's called
elbow
a
on a rock.
scorpion.
And I have a little tiny circle on my elbow from where I busted it on a rock from that fall. Later on, my science teacher brought a box of Dibs ice cream to my house to make sure I was okay. And I was. That's my scar.
In my mind, I saw like a animated cartoon Aaron
Yeah, dude.
doing all this.
The kids in my class nicknamed that mountain Aaron's Run, and the place where I hit a Bubo landing.
You have a lot of clever
Kids are
friends.
nice and clever.
Mine would have named it like Cole's a dipshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron. Edit that one. Okay, I have a scar on my shin. I went to Hawaii with my family when I was 12, and we hiked out to see this running lava. And it was like we had a tour guide kind of that was going to lead us there, and then you could only go so far, and then it was roped off. And at one point he said, "Okay, I'm." In hindsight, I know what he was saying is that the tour guide was saying I'm leaving, basically, and you guys can do whatever the heck you want because you're adults. But in my mind, he was saying all of us now have to leave, and so I walked back to the car by myself, thinking my entire family was behind me, but they were not. And I went back and sat at the car for about 2 hours.
Whoa.
It got dark, and they experienced all this awesome lava and everything. And I was waiting back at the car thinking, when are they going to come? Because they told us this was closed.
2 hours.
Yeah, I was there for a long time. And then finally I decided, well, I'm just going to hike back and figure out. It was 2 hours.
I don't care.
Yeah. So maybe you shouldn't make facial expressions like that then.
Yeah, for the podcast listeners to see my facial expression.
It's always really cool when people interrupt stories to make notes about things they do not care about.
Did they interrupt themselves?
I didn't interrupt. I was making faces. Cole
I'm
interrupted
so
himself.
confused.
I'm like half asleep.
Okay.
All right. Good night, Andy.
No, I'm okay. I'm only half.
Okay. 2 hours.
It was definitely 2 hours.
Yeah, and then I fell and hit my shin on the lava rocks and sliced open my shin.
Wait, how'd you get from 2 hours to...
I walked back to the lava rocks.
You waited 2 hours and then got up?
Yeah.
Okay, where is my family? And then you went looking for him?
Yeah.
Wow.
You
Okay.
probably didn't even have a Game Boy.
I didn't have a Game Boy.
It was a hard life.
Man, I hate you so much.
I'm
You didn't even have a game,
to
did you, boy?
empathize here. I'm trying to empathize.
Go.
Okay. I'm going to say there are many, but this is the first one that comes to mind. I was a junior in high school, and it was after school. I had a friend. His name is Lloyd Yules, and he had a Honda Civic hatchback. And we were in the parking lot of West Torrance High School after school, and we came up with the idea of standing on the back of his hatchback while he drove around the school parking lot, seeing how, sort of like a game of chicken of like who can hold on while going the fastest. Okay? And yes, this was all because of a girl. Like, I was doing stupid things because I was trying to impress a girl. And, it's like when you're going, double digits holding onto the back of a car in a straight line, there's no problem. The only problem comes with sudden movement in any direction, really. So he was getting bolder and bolder, and he decides to take a very quick left-hand turn, and I believe what he told me was that he was going like 25 when he made the turn, and I went flying off. I remember holding on and feeling one hand slip and going, whatever you do, Phil, don't let go of the other hand. And then my feet came off the bumper, and then I was like, do not let go. And I'm looking at my fist and the edge of the car and the sky. It's like, don't let go, don't let go. And then all of a sudden, I could see my open hand, and I could see the sky, and then I could see the ground, and then I could see the sky, and I could see the ground, and I could see the sky. And then I felt this smack on my head, and I rolled. And then all of a sudden, I was standing, and all my friends were around me going, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, what? What? What happened? What happened? They're like, you rolled, and then you just stood up, and you've been standing here with your hands on your knees, breathing really hard. So the back of my shoulder was all torn up. I had this super cool Nirvana shirt that was totally ruined because...
How did you have a Nirvana shirt that long before the band ever existed?
Look at me, I'm old. Aaron. Well, actually, it was about a year after he died. Aaron.
So
After who died? Abraham Lincoln?
Kurt Cobain.
Leroy Nirvana.
Kurt Cobain.
I'm just messing with you, Linda.
So the shirt was literally shredded because the gravel from the parking lot had torn through my shirt and through my back. So I had this really gross, giant, road rashy, scabby thing that I don't know if I still have the scar, but because I can't see the back of my shoulder.
This whole story is rendered null and void if you don't still have the scar.
Oh, word?
No. False.
What is your cool?
It's an emotion. It's an emotional scar.
Yeah, I'm definitely sensing scarring.
Yeah. So
And things
here's the
are
best part.
explained
Here's
really
the
well,
best.
actually.
Here's the best part of the emotional scar, is the next night, I'm on the phone with this girl, and she said, "I can't believe you did that," and I was like, "Yeah, I know." Ha ha ha. And she goes, and I was like, I thought, part of me thought, when I fell off the car, I might die right now. And she goes, I know. I was in the back seat of the car, and I watched you fall off, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's gonna die. I'm so glad you didn't die. I love you, Phil. And I was like, you love me? And then there's this long pause, and she goes, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, so that's the real scar
this is
right
not,
there.
This is not. Oh no. So yeah, I don't.
You should have just taken what you could get. And not
I know. I should have.
offered you something like that. You just accept it.
You're right. I play it cool? No, I did not.
You wanted to know what love was. She wanted to show you.
I'm not familiar with that song.
Counterpoint.
That's a standard answer when someone says I love you. Really?
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 Oh, word?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You just made my eyes rain.
No, when someone says they love you, you say thanks for friendship.
You say, I know. That's what Han Solo said. And that's the coolest freaking thing you can say.
Is it?
Yes, it is, Aaron.
The thing you can say is I love you too, Phil.
No, that's not the coolest. That's the second coolest. The first coolest is I know.
Is I love you too, Cole? And then the second coolest is I
Coolest
love
thing you
you
can
too,
say
Phil.
to me is, here's that $10,000 I wanted to give you.
What?
Well, nothing.
Hey guys, thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
Oh, word?
Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship. Oh, word?